Kacy and Kylie coming to you live from Orlando, Florida, and we have a very special guest with us today. This is John Carl Martin. Kylie and I have the pleasure of interviewing him today, and we're so excited for you guys to hear his story, to learn about him. He's a self-published author and artist, and he just has such an amazing story. So we are very excited to share this interview with him today. But before we get into it, we want to cheers. We're having some coffee together.
Cheers today.
We're cheersing. John Carl doesn't like coffee. I can't even believe it. Guys, let us know if you like coffee in the comments below. We want to cheers with you.
Cheers to you guys. Thanks for being here. We're very appreciative of you. And so, John Carl, let's just start off. Can you just tell everyone your story?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about you,
My
where
story.
you're from.
Okay, so I'm from Barbados, and I moved to New York first from Barbados. Actually, my first passion was making clothing, and I started making clothing when I was 14 years old in high school, and I made clothing for my high school friends and people in my neighborhood. I don't think I told you guys that.
No, I'm excited. This is
learning.
brand new.
We're
You
learning.
guys are learning with us today. How exciting.
Yeah, and so I moved to New York to pursue my passion in fashion, and I lived there for 5 years before moving to LA. I moved to LA to extend my business. I did very well in New York, but I wanted to go further. And at the time, Carl Kanai was very big. I don't know if you guys know Carl Kanai.
I've never heard of it.
Carl
Tell us.
Kanai is an urban designer, and he was known for very trendy denim, bright colors and stuff like that. And he had his signature, which I use my J. Martin as he uses Kanai's signature.
Love that.
Yeah, my goal was to go to LA to extend my business, and in LA was where my business or my passion changed from fashion to art.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
How did that exactly happen?
Well, before moving to LA, this was in the early 90s, and I learned how to airbrush, which is my discipline. I learned how to airbrush in Harlem. This was 125th Street. I went out in Harlem and I saw the guys doing the very fancy, they were doing like Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, this
Right.
kind of stuff with the big gold chains and stuff like that. And I told them I was an artist and I love to work with them. I had just started learning airbrushing. So I developed my skills in Harlem, New York. And,
Wow.
Yeah, and as I moved to LA, my goal was to do fashion. So when I got to LA, my business, I was told that the best place to set my business up was in the Sloth and Swap Meet. Now,
In the where?
The Sloth and Swap Meet is
Never heard
a
of
marketplace. It's
Can
a
we move
marketplace.
over here so the cameras can cut?
Yeah.
Okay, Facebook, we're going to move you guys over here for a second. It's getting really hot.
I think this is more in the sun.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, keep going, John Carl.
Okay, so I moved to LA, and Sloth and Swap Meet is a marketplace in the heart of South Central. This is just a few blocks away from where the LA riots were.
Oh, cool.
Now, this place is surrounded by the urban neighborhood. You get all types of gangs and stuff coming through that place. But I felt very safe there because it was very heavily guarded with security. And I love the clients who came through. They love my work, so I love them. I met a lot of beautiful people there. Actually, and in the Sloth and Swap Meet was where my work first was sought after by celebrities. Actually, stylists will come to the Sloth and Swap Meet, and I would do work for them. And I later saw my work in videos and commercials and stuff like that. I had no idea what these people were getting the work for until I saw it on TV. But how I changed the question was how I changed from fashion to art. There was, in the Sloth and Swap Meet, my booth was right next to a family that was doing alterations, and I was making clothing, and I did some alterations also. But being a young black man in the heart of the ghetto in South Central, the customers there preferred to come to me over the Latino family, and they made a complaint because they were there like 10 years before I was. And,
Everyone liked you a little bit more.
And the what?
Everybody liked you more.
I guess so. I guess so. So when I was asked if I could offer any different type of business, I said, no problem. I understood. I didn't want to infringe on the clientele that they already had and the tenureship they had. So I said, you know what? I can do my art. And art was a good choice because that was my call for fame.
Right. And then you started writing these books. How long ago?
Oh,
Tell us about them.
The idea for the book started, I think, in 2007, after my art business was very profitable, and then I decided to make a change in my business. I took some time off, and I started doing some sketching. I was doodle with my daughter, pass time with my daughter. I love spending time with her, and I wanted to develop her artistic skills. So I would do drawings with her and such. And in one of those drawings, the inspiration to create the books came. My daughter did a drawing which I call Windows. And it was drawing of a house and a family. The family was projected in one of the windows. But the exciting thing was that the windows, she drew it in such a way, and she would draw really quick.
How old was she then?
The windows went all the way off the page, and then in one of those windows, she drew the family, and the eyes also looked like windows, which is where I got the idea to create the characters' eyes to look like windows.
How beautiful these are.
So my idea, when I decided to implement my daughter's idea into the books, I had the idea for a mouth, and the mouth is a trident, and I'm from Barbados, as I said
Give you a
earlier.
closer look here. Can you see the mouth?
If that face just makes you want to smile, drop a 1 in the chat below.
I know it makes me happy.
So being from Barbados, I wanted to create something that represented my island. So I came up with this character. The yellow is the sun in the flag. The yellow from the flag represents the sun. And then I decided to use the mouth, trident, and then the flag. And then I add, before using these eyes, my character had little black beady eyes. So after my daughter's drawing, I decided to use the window eyes because, as the old proverb says, eyes are windows to the soul.
I love that.
Eyes are the window to the soul.
If you think that's beautiful, drop a 2 in the comments below.
The characters also, the names of the characters also
You guys are gonna love this.
represent the very same thing. See, the title of the book is called What Makes Me Happy, What Brings Me Joy. And the main characters in the book are Happy, a boy named Happy, and a girl named Joy. And they're emotions of the spirit.
I love that.
I extended the character list to a total of 6 characters. So we have, this is Peace. This character is Peace. Peace have locks like me. So it's happy, joy, peace, passion, faith, and love.
Those are beautiful.
Characters. Thank you.
So you have 4 different books, 5 different books.
5 books.
You want to tell us about
the first
each
4
season?
books are seasonal. The very first book is A Day Apart.
We're gonna show
And that
it to you.
represents spring. So we have spring, let's go and A Day at the Beach is for summer.
This is summer.
And autumn is a rainy day. And winter is a snowboarding adventure. Now, snowboarding adventure, the last book is outdoor games. But the series is called What Makes Me Happy, What Brings Me Joy. You can find us on Amazon. If you search, the very unique name to search is What Brings Me Joy. What brings you joy? If you search What Brings Me Joy, you'll find our book titles.
Can I tell you what brings me joy?
Definitely.
Okay. Guys, if you follow Kylie and I, you know that we're competitive athletes, right? Kylie and I play Frisbee competitively. So look at this book. This is the outdoor games book. He has Frisbee in the book. If you think our friendship was just supposed to happen, I think this is a sign from the universe. Isn't that so cool? Look how cute this is. And he does all of his own artwork, and it's inspired by his daughter. Isn't that beautiful?
And if you are on live right now, if you're getting a lot of value from this video, I want to invite you to share this video. And if you share this video, drop down, share it in the comments. We'll give you a personal shout out. And of course, Sydney, thank you so much for sharing. You are amazing. We're so grateful to have you.
Also, if you're live with us right now, let us know where you're coming in from. Say hello. If this is your first video ever with us, oh my goodness, welcome. We are so grateful that you're here with us today. Type the word new in the comments below. And if you're catching us on the replay, we love our replay viewers. Kylie and I do Facebook Lives often, every day. And this is John Carl's first time ever being live with us today. And I have a feeling it's not going to be the last.
Awesome. hopefully not.
Hopefully not. We'll see how you
I want
do,
to tell you
right?
the books came about.
Yeah, let's hear the book story, guys. Get ready for it.
Our first book is at the park because the park was where the inspiration really came from. My daughter loves to go to the park. So one day we were home and it was raining outside and she wanted to go to the park. She was a little bit upset that she couldn't go to the park. And I told her.
How old was she?
She was 8 years old.
8 years old, okay.
8 years old. We had already created the characters from previous drawings, and I wanted her to just draw with me. So when I asked her to draw, she wasn't very excited to do so. So I said, hey Destiny, you know, your mom and I, we have a favorite song at that time. We have a favorite song that kind of like lightens our spirit, makes us happy. I said, do you know what song that is? And she said, yes, Daddy. I said, well, what is it? She was like, No One by Alicia Keys. I'm like, yeah, why don't you play that song? So she went on YouTube and she found the song, and when she played the song, she started tapping her feet and then she started bobbing to the music, and I'm like, yes. So I said, hey Destiny, let's draw. And she was like, okay, Daddy. By that time, her energy had changed. I first had to change her mood, then to put her in the right mood and right space in order to draw.
This is a very, very important thing that Jay's talking about right now, is changing your mood. And you have to change your mood sometimes intentionally. So what he did was he had his daughter play a happy song, a song that made her feel joy, and she was able to change her mood. So when he asked her to draw, she was happy and she was grateful. So that's such a beautiful thing to recognize.
Well, it's also the whole inspiration is also what the books are about. These books are also for adults also. You know, sometimes we forget the little things that you can do to help bring that happiness back.
Right.
You know, you can play your favorite song, call a friend, you know, take a walk, simple little things that you can do. You know, go on a swing.
Go on a swing. Swimming. Oh guys, we have to show you.
So the book now, so I say to Destiny, I said, let's draw. She said, well, what should I draw, Daddy? I said, well, what do you like to do? I said, no. I said, draw happy, enjoy the park. She said, well, what should I do at the park? I said, well, Destiny, what do you like to do at the park? She's like, on the swing, Daddy? I said, yeah, draw happy, enjoying the swing. She did a beautiful drawing. At 8 years old, she did a drawing that totally reflects the swing page in the book. And I just had to enhance the drawing a little bit, you know, just a little bit.
Let's show it.
And I add color to it, but she did this drawing.
Can you see this? And the swings over here. Hey, Khaled.
She did this drawing and it was perfect. I'm like, oh my God, do another one. And she was like, well, what should I do? I said, what else do you do at a park? She said, on the swing, Daddy? I said, yeah, on the swing. And to inspire her and keep her going, I said, okay, when you draw them, I will redraw them. And it was taking her 2 minutes for each drawing. 2 minutes for each drawing, and I had to keep up. So she was like, keep up, Daddy. So then I said, draw another one. And after the third drawing, I did not have to tell her anymore. She laid out, it was her art direction that created the third book. She did all the drawings on the slide, fishing, all these things that we did or we saw people do when we went to the park. She also said, what about ice skating? She liked to ice skate at that time. What about ice skating? What about music? You know, I'm like, oh wow. You know,
so
all
many
these different little things. And we came up with ideas, not just for these 5 books I have now, but we have ideas for several books. And I think I was excited. At the time, I was studying personal development, and it was right along the line of what I was studying. I'm like, these books, I'm like, Destiny, these books are so amazing. Like, I said, we're going to write books. I'm like, we're going to make a lot of money. And I didn't tell you this part either.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear this.
I'm like, Destiny, we're going to make a lot of money. What do you want to do with this money? She's like, I want to give to charity. And my heart melted. I'm like, charity? I said, Destiny, do you know what charity is? She said, no, Daddy. So I explained to her, you know, charity is where you give to others who are not as fortunate or can't afford and stuff like that. And she was like, yes, that's what I want to do. So I was immediately inspired. I'm like, this is what I'm doing with my life.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So I immediately intended to do a transition from the art I was doing to write the children's book. This was 2008, and it was 2014 before I published the first book, and I moved to New York to do so.
Right.
And it's been a beautiful journey because regardless of the time, you know, time is irrelevant. Time don't
Talk
really
about
matter.
what you told us this morning about the past, present, and the future.
Yeah, well, my beliefs from my studies.
This was beautiful.
That it's really about timing, because past, present, and future, I believe, are connected. It's
Yes.
all about your observation, how you tune in. You know, you can ask for something today that you want tomorrow, and it comes years from now. And I believe that you have to align yourself with what you ask for. You know, we ask for a lot of things, and sometimes we think they're not coming, but it's not that they're not coming. Those things are there.
Right.
You have to raise your vibration and be in line with what you ask for. You know, you can't say you want something that's going to make you feel good, and if you feel bad about that, every time you think about this thing, you feel bad, it will never come, because
Right.
you are not in alignment. Timing is about the vibration. Vibration is about feeling.
Right.
You have to raise your vibration to what it is you want, in alignment with what you want, and then you can receive it.
Can you guys see why we love him so much? We just met him this morning and we've had these amazing conversations, and Jay has been I guess all morning we were just having a mastermind and
Yes.
just bouncing ideas off from each other, and there's nothing more powerful than surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded, people who are on the same frequency, or people who are on higher frequencies than you that can teach you. I mean, our voices are
Well,
higher than
It doesn't
Jay's.
even have to be higher, because we all, no matter where your frequency is,
Yeah.
you always have something to give.
We always have something to give. And so we're learning from Jay all this morning, and his experience and his journey through personal development and his journey through the businesses that he's had. And it's just amazing, these conversations we've been having.
We're going to need to do another live.
Yeah, we're
for
gonna
that
have
whole-
to do another live.
to complete that journey.
And I'd like to go in a little bit more detail, and I really think something that was beautiful, what Jay is talking about, is what inspired his books was his daughter's imagination. And a lot of times as we get older, people forget to use their imagination.
Exactly.
And your imagination is one of your most powerful mental faculties that there is. And what I know for sure, success, the birthplace, is an idea. And an idea comes from your imagination. So teaching your daughter to use her imagination at such a young age and really encouraging her to do that, that's just shows what kind of parent you are. So if you're a parent watching this video, drop down in the comments how many kids you have, and
Let us know how old your children are.
I'm so curious. But what I want you to start thinking about, are you empowering your children with their imagination, or are you inhibiting their progress? Because a lot of times kids have these ideas and they have self-limiting beliefs placed on them. So I want to challenge you to start encouraging your children to become better and really pursue their dreams. And I mean, look what happened. It's taken 6 years for these books to be published when the idea first was there. But like Jay's talking about, time is irrelevant, and you have to raise your vibration to attract those things that you want in your life. So I just love your story, and it's just absolutely beautiful.
I want to talk a little bit more about the company too. The publishing, I'm self-published, and I developed a company called Happy Island Books, and you can find us on Instagram or on the web.
We'll make
at
sure we
Happy
put the
Island Books.
links in the comments below
Yeah,
too,
we'll
and we'll
add
attach
all
it.
the information in the comments below. And
Because we think all of your children should have these books. Like, they're so empowering and they're so inspiring.
yes. Oh, a little bit more about the design. I think we went through that. The mouth being a trident from Barbados and stuff like that. Now, another design factor.
Let's hear
that, You see it?
I want to hear it.
You want to hear it?
What
do,
is
do you
it?
see it?
Oh yes, I do. Oh, I love that.
it's you know, I have to share that with you. So another design factor I have in here are the clouds, and you have peace signs and hearts
Let me show
in the
them
clouds.
closely. Do you see that? The peace signs and the hearts and the clouds?
Yeah, just to reinforce the message and what the whole thing's about. And you know, the books, I wanted them to have bright colors, you know, attractive colors. You know, the yellow represents the energy, the spirit. This is actually, a friend pointed out to me, in my art career, you know, I bounced back between art career and my book career. In my art career, I've done some amazing things. You've seen my work on TV, movies, commercials. One of my most prominent, recognizable clients would be Missy Elliott, and all the Aaliyah portraits and Missy's videos and such.
Wow.
That's all my work. I've done work for Missy. I have
You're
worked in,
remarkable.
Like, we didn't even know this stuff, guys.
in Ocean 13, started as a fashion designer, so I got to implement my art and fashion in Ocean 13. I did a costume for Don Cheadle. He wore this American flag outfit you know, when they were robbing the casino, so to speak. As a matter of fact, he stole the outfit and then wore it in the casino, pretending to be the other guy. So that's another one of my pieces. But I have several celebrities, things that I've worked with. People like Mariah Carey, Madonna. You know, the list goes on and on.
You were telling us about a hat that someone famous had bought. Who was
Oh,
that?
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
David Beckham and Posh Spice. The family, the whole family came to my store. I used to have a store. In addition to the swap meet, when I left the swap meet, I moved from the hood to Hollywood, is what I call it. And my
hood to
business was
Hollywood.
on Melrose in Hollywood. And then the beauty of moving my business to Hollywood is that then the celebrities themselves came directly into the store to order
Wow.
things. So I've met several people, celebrities and people from all over the world.
Jay,
It's
you
been
have
a
such a
beautiful
beautiful
journey.
story.
It's a
So
beautiful journey.
inspiring.
And something that I really think you can take away from Jay's story today is when he started in his industry and his art career, what he did is he just got curious and he started asking questions. He found people who had results that he wanted and asked them, oh, how do you airbrush? How do you do this?
And I'm sure a mindset that he had was, I'll figure it out. And that's such a powerful phrase as an entrepreneur, is I'll figure it out. And you can see Jay has figured it out in a lot of different areas of art and to really show his creativity.
You know, I want to say something else. Another thing is for me and you guys. You
Stop.
know, the two of you are amazing. I love what you do. The consistency, your desire to raise your vibration and learn. You know, I'm inspired by people who desire to learn because you can't teach without learning.
Right.
You know, we all get
That's
something.
true.
So it's about your desire. If you desire it, you can achieve it. You know, if you can see it, like, you know, it's that Earl Nightingale.
Earl Nightingale,
And
yeah.
if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
Yes, that's
You know,
beautiful.
so again, that is imagination in at work. You know, I believe that your imagination is one of your most important faculties, like you said earlier, and it's the conduit to the higher mind.
Yes.
You know, through your imagination is where your dreams become real.
Oh, that's
That is
so
so
beautiful. If you are not taking notes, you need to get your notepad out. Start taking
Through your
some notes.
imagination, that's where your dreams become real. I think that is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I think we could literally rewatch this video. I could write quotes all from Jay and post them everywhere. So, do you have any last thoughts before we finish this interview?
I have so many thoughts.
We're gonna have to start this.
It will never end. It will never end. And I look forward to doing this with you guys again because, like I said, I love you guys. Your energy is so vibrant. You know, it was my first time meeting you today,
Yes.
and it was one thing watching you live on Facebook, but being next to you and feeling the energy. You know, and to do that here in Orlando it's amazing. I'm happy to be here. I'm really truly
Well,
happy.
we are so grateful that you're here. Guys, we want to show you a little bit. We're in Orlando. I don't know if you know
If
this.
you've ever been to Orlando, drop the word Orlando in the comments below.
Let me turn the screen around. So we are at our pool right now at the resort we are in, and so we're here for an entrepreneurship conference. So we are so excited to be here, and we're excited to continuously have these conversations with all these people. And guys, if you got value out of this video today, type the word value in the comments below. If this resonated with your heart, share this video out to the world. We're so grateful that you took time out of your day to be here with us. And then for all of our new viewers, all of the fans of Jay, we just want to welcome you to our videos. We're so grateful that you're here, and we cannot wait to continuously do these videos and learn from people like Jay, and we're just excited for the rest of the weekend.
So thank you all for tuning in today. Jay, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for taking your time today.
You're welcome.
And we are so grateful. Have a phenomenal rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.